At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
Government defends their decision to remove value-added tax. Also, a Grand Lucayan worker shares employment concerns as PLP chairman says it's a work in progress. And a domestic dispute leads to arson in the 8 Mile Rock community.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks for tuning in. Topping news, the government is defending its decision to provide VAT relief on food as opposition members claim the move confirms what they've been calling for over the past several years. The issue sparked a heated debate in the House of Assembly this morning. Our Jolanda Thompson-Everest leads us off tonight with the top story.
The Prime Minister's recent announcement on VAT relief for unprepared food items is drawing sharp reaction from the opposition, who say the decision validates warnings they have issued for more than 2 years. But the nation's chief firing back on why now is the appropriate time. The Prime Minister's recent announcement on VAT relief for food items is drawing sharp reaction from the opposition, who say the decision validates warning they have issued for more than 2 years. The Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, Kwesi Thompson, says by 2024, with the cost of living continuing to rise, the FNM renewed its call for relief, maintaining that its position had not changed. He questions whether sufficient analysis was presented and whether the public has been fully informed of the fiscal implications.
From 2022, we have been saying at the height of the inflation crisis, remove VAT off of all healthy food. There is still no justification. There's still no justification as to why they waited until 2025, the late 2025, to be able to remove it.
Members of the Progressive Liberal Party quickly pushing back against those claims.
What I find to be very disingenuous with the member for East Grand Bahama is the fact that when he sat in the government side, they increased VAT from 7.5% to 12% on wholesome foods.
Cannot now say we did what they said and somehow the public should distrust us. He should understand that that means the public should distrust them as well.
Also responding to the criticism, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis said that at the time the government's priority was safeguarding national revenue while navigating economic recovery.
Right. And so if we didn't do it then, perhaps it was because it was not fiscally responsible to do it at that time. Hence, very often, we did it when it was appropriate and when we were able to do so.
The Prime Minister adds that the Bahamas' current economic standing, both domestically and internationally, reflects those decisions, noting improved physical performance and increased global confidence.
The amount of investment flows that comes through, in the amount of the tourist arrival, if we didn't have a presence on the world stage.
Well, Romiko, residents we spoke with say any reduction at the register is a welcome relief. But as the April 1st VAT adjustment approach, Consumer Affairs Price Control Division on Grand Bahama is reminding shoppers to stay alert, encouraging customers to track current prices at their frequently visited stores to ensure expected savings are passed on. Live in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Back to you.
Thanks, Yolanda. Well, the future of the Grand Lucayan Resort remains unclear, with questions continuing to surround the finality of its sale and redevelopment. When asked about the status of the project, PLP Chairman, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, says the process is a work in progress. His comments come amid reports of stalled salary payments and new allegations of unpaid employee National Insurance Board contributions. A worker at the property is speaking anonymously with ZNS News Tonight.
At the moment, we don't know what is going on.
Ongoing concerns continue for workers at the Grand Lucayan Resort, including the status of their employment. A staff member speaking on condition of anonymity tells ZNS News that the situation remains unclear and describes what has occurred in their case.
You just came to the gate one day and they say your name is not on the list, and that was it. Nobody said anything. Nobody did anything. You don't know if you're working. You don't know if you're not working. You just that you're not being paid. Your bills are there. And that's it. No money coming in.
The employee says the ongoing uncertainty is frustrating and that clear answers have been hard to come by.
People are still at the hotel as skeleton crew, and no one answering the telephone.
While not responding directly to this case, Chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, responding to questions about the hotel from members of the media, noting that it is not a lost cause. Mitchell suggests that such deals take time.
All I can say is it's continues. The actual development of it is a work in progress. I understand there's some due diligence issues connected with pay, but the government itself is going up to Grand Bahama on the 26th. The cabinet is going to meet on Tuesday of next week, and the Prime Minister promises a relaunch of all the issues which he'll announce to the country as to what's happening with Grand Bahama. So you'll know then. I wouldn't want to, try and prescribe what he says in connection with it.
Just one station.
Well, a man is displaced this evening following an early morning fire that left his house in flames. He alleges that this tragedy is intentional after a dispute with his girlfriend. Our Shalia Roll tracked down the victim and filed the details in this report.
What is now just a foundation, ashes, and the remnants of household appliances was once the house of Okino Kareem Burrows. This after an early morning fire in the Hepburn town community of 8 Mile Rock.
I ain't getting nothing, bro. Nothing. No documents on my clothes, on my jaws, everything burned.
The blaze broke out around 3 a.m., leaving the residents completely gutted. Okino Burrows described the moments leading up to the fire, alleging that the incident was the result of an arson attack. Burrows says earlier that day he gave his girlfriend money, soon after she left the house. Upon returning to the residence later that night, he says that he asked his girlfriend to leave.
You're going to have to find somewhere to go, because they locking all my old stuff, and you ain't going to be here no more. So she come, oh, baby, oh, don't do that to me, that's me. They say, no, I tired of this, bro. They tired. They say, all right, me? You're going to have to find somewhere to go.
Burrows says he was asleep when the fire started. He only realized that his house was on fire when he woke up to use the bathroom. Burrows alleges that she burnt a mattress in one of the rooms, which resulted in the blaze.
They tried to contain the fire, but they didn't know if we down my brother's door. He said, but we can't do nothing to him, but that was burned, bro.
Only ashes remain at the scene. Smoke is still lingering in the area, and a small flame could still be seen burning hours after the fire broke out. When arriving at his residence with our ZNS News team, he was visibly shaken and emotional. Burrows says he lost everything in the blaze. Although no injuries were reported, he feels hopeless, but he thanks God that he's alive.
I feel like my life ruined, bro. I have to start all over, man. I have to start over.
Now displaced, he's appealing to the public for help, asking for building supplies as local contractors has also come forward, offering to assist with rebuilding the home.
I'd like somebody to try to help me. I really would like, because I want to clean it and try to at least build something back, a little shack or something.
Superintendent Nicholas Johnson, press officer for the Northern Bahamas, says the circumstances surrounding the incident is under active police investigation.
They are in the initial stage of the investigation, and as more information becomes available, the media and the public will be updated.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Well, in news from police in Abaco are investigating a dog attack incident that occurred on Guanakee, which resulted in an adult female sustaining injuries. Preliminary reports indicate that on Monday, January 19th, 2026, sometime around 5 p.m., the victim was walking her dog west along Carolyn Roberts Highway when a gray-colored pit bull attacked her. The complainant reported that the dog and its owner are known to her and alleged that the same dog had previously attacked her because it was routinely left unsupervised. Now, as a result of the attack, the victim sustained lacerations to her right forearm. Medical personnel assessed the injuries and determined that they were not life-threatening. Now, following the complaint, police took a 34-year-old male of Guanakee into custody. The animal was seized and the owner has since been charged with various offenses in connection with this incident. The dog has been impounded by the police and is expected to be handed over to either the Abaco shelter or the Bahamas Humane Society for safekeeping.
And still to come.
A new history textbook to enter the curriculum this coming September. Stay tuned. That story, sports, and more when we come back.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Strength isn't claimed, it's built. At Heroic Concrete, every block is made with purpose, crafted to protect, poured to endure. From ready-mix to premium 8-inch blocks, we supply the strength our nation needs. Proudly made in Grand Bahama, built for hurricanes, built for legacy. Creating products to bring value to our lives and strength to our future. Call 820-4376 or email sales@heroicgrouplimited.com.
It will be a prophetic and apostolic explosion.
We're in the last hours of the last days.
Join the School of the Prophetic Ministry for the 11th Annual Apostolic Prophetic Release Conference, January 28th to 30th, 7:30 nightly, with day sessions at 12 noon, ending Sunday, February 1st at 11 a.m. Come hear from Prophet Eric Von Copeland from San Antonio, Texas, Apostle Rick Bethel from Florida, Apostle Christopher Russell from Christian Tabernacle, Nassau, and for the first time on Grand Bahama, Prophet Stanley Carmel from Canada.
As I am prophesying to her, I tell you, the heavy prophetic anointing is going to locate you.
That's the gathering, January 28th to 30th at the School of Prophetic Ministry. It will be an apostolic and prophetic explosion. Don't you dare miss it.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Secondary schools in Grand Bahama can expect a new history textbook in the curriculum as soon as this coming September with the launch of Towards a Common Loftier Goal. Our Matthew Martin-Burrow was at the ceremonial launch and shares more details in this report.
The dream of launching the first ever all-Bahamian history book has now become a reality with the official introduction of Towards a Common Loftier Goal in Grand Bahama at the Foster B. Pastina Center. The appropriate title textbook aimed specifically towards secondary schools hopes to properly educate the younger generation about the past, present, and future, which has and will define our nation as a whole.
It is the affirmation of our collective belief that our story matters, that our heritage must be taught with intention, and that our children deserve to see themselves reflected accurately and proudly in what they learn.
Professor and co-chair of the History Text Steering Committee at the University of the Bahamas, Dr. Christopher Curry, speaks to the process of the textbook project, adding the softcover historical piece is completely original.
From June until September 2024, a systematic effort to address plagiarism was undertaken. Additional scans for readability level were conducted, and by the end of September, we had reached our targeted goal of 0% plagiarism.
And Assistant Director of Education and Humanities Division, Perline Lewis-Baker, adds the textbook is all a part of the Education Department's initiative to ensure a Bahamian-centric curriculum.
A lot of what we teach is not even about the Bahamas. It's not Bahamian-centric. We know more about leaders. We see what's happening to Donald Trump in Switzerland. Everybody knows Trump. But people can't tell you how some of our former leaders, like Mr. Thompson, raise your hand, stand, sir, distinguished gentleman, a former minister, a former member of parliament. But I'm sure everybody would remember Joe Biden. He is off the scene. So it's important for us as leaders in this space to ensure that the textbook and the curriculum is developed.
Towards a Common Loftier Goal, a history text for secondary schools will be implemented into the syllabus beginning in September of the 2026-27 academic year and is on sale for $75 wherever textbooks are available. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martin-Burrow.
All right, sports is coming your way next, but first we salute our Facebook friend of the day, Udell Roberts. We want to say thank you so much for your support, and we hope that you enjoyed your day. Lots of look at stories making news. Shane, what's going on in sports?
Well, we got our very own Terrence Jones. He performed well on the indoor circuit. And we've got a big showcase coming up on Saturday with UB Mingos.
All right, sounds exciting. That's coming your way next. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this break.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Come shop for what's essential and what's aesthetically pleasing for your home at Bullets Plumbing and Seasons Home Decor. At Bullets Plumbing, you'll find a great selection of bathtubs, stylish pedestals, vanities, faucets and toilets, water heaters, pipes, fittings and repair parts. Then make it a one-stop venture. Outfit and accessorize your home with beautiful items from Seasons Home Decor. Silk flowers and vases, rugs, shower curtains and pillows, candle holders, and delightful wall art. All at Bullets Plumbing and Seasons Home Decor, West Atlantic Drive. Telephone 808-3900 or 825-2700. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay. I'm about to have a good day, no matter what they say. The sun is shining down on me, birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day, in every single way. The God who made the a good day. Baby in my arms, walking through the neighborhood. Living in the present, not what I shoulda or could. I remember back when I was low as a rug. Now I'm standing up, look at what my father does. Turning all things new, gray skies.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Welcome to the ZNS Total Sports Cave. I'm Shane Stubbs. The Grand Bahamas Basketball Association and the UB Mingos are hosting their second annual team tryouts January 24th at the St. George's Gymnasium from 10 a.m. to noon. Last year, 6 Grand Bahamians made the UB roster, and Commissioner Trevor Smith and President Eukino Bain say the message is clear that the island's talent runs deep.
I mean, that's a big difference, you know, because most of them who couldn't travel to the States, you know, Benton says they came back early, and the opportunities right here. They just hop and skip in Nassau, and they provide the same education. You know, one of the guys studying to be electrical engineers. You know, the rest of them, some study to be teachers, some study in business, so the opportunity is there.
Ivaro was one of the outstanding men that was playing last season and would have been having a tremendous year, averaging some like 23 points a game. Players like Terrence, who also went, and he was averaging like 15 rebounds a game. So it was a no-brainer for that UB would probably pick up these fellas. Even Jarius Hall. It's just a good feeling to see that young men in Grand Bahama actually doing something to actually further their education.
Keeping with the college trend, over in track and field, Terrence Jones continuing to make his mark for the Texas Red Raiders at the Corky Classic in Lubbock, Texas. The Grand Bahamian seniors stormed to a first-place finish as the NCAA's co-record holder in that event would take the tape in 6.58 seconds. Meanwhile, Abaco native Quincy Penn recorded a personal best time in the women's indoor 200 meters at the Jimmy Carnes Invitational in Gainesville, Florida. Penn took second place in 37.17 seconds, but also contributed to the first place win in the women's 4x400 meter relay as the first leg clocking 3 minutes and 34.55 seconds. And lastly, scores from Derek Nesbitt, Obi Wilshcombe High School basketball action. In senior girls play, the Tabernacle Falcons bested the 8 Mile Rock Blue Jays 19-9. Aisha Percentile poured in a game-high 13 points. Janaya Fulford totaled 8 points in the loss for the Blue Jays. And the St. George's Jaguars picked up the W over the Jockeywood Wildcats 23-14. Ariana Green led all scorers with 9 points. Kyla Saunders led the Wildcats with 7 in the loss. And that's my time, everyone, but your local weather forecast is next. I'm Shane Stubbs. Catch you on The Rebound.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
strength isn't claimed, it's built. At Heroic Concrete, every block is made with purpose. Crafted to protect, poured to endure. From ready-mix to premium 8-inch blocks, we supply the strength our nation needs. Proudly made in Grand Bahama, built for hurricanes, built for legacy. Creating products to bring value to our lives and strength to our future. Call 820-4376 or email sales@heroicgrouplimited.com.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
It will be a prophetic and apostolic explosion.
We are the last hours of the last days.
Join the School of the Prophetic Ministry for the 11th Annual Apostolic Prophetic Release Conference, January 28th to 30th, 7:30 nightly, with day sessions at 12 noon, ending Sunday, February 1st at 11 a.m. Come hear from Prophet Eric Von Copeland from San Antonio, Texas, Apostle Rick Bethel from Florida, Apostle Christopher Russell from Christian Tabernacle, Nassau, and for the first time on Grand Bahama, Prophet Stanley Carmel from Canada.
As I am prophesying to her, I tell you, the heavy prophetic anointing is going to locate you.
That's the gathering, January 28th to 30th at the School of Prophetic Ministry. There will be an apostolic and prophetic explosion. Don't you dare miss it.
With over 30 years of service with integrity, services in Abaco, New Providence, and Grand Bahama, providing modern and state-of-the-art equipment, specializing in the maintenance and operation of waste treatment plants, waste oil movement, sludge extraction, tank cleaning, elite portable toilets, and hand wash stations. We are efficient, reliable, and cutting edge. We are B&B Galaxy.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that is going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
Shane Stubbs.
Thanks so much for watching. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in the Bahamas and in Bahamian women. At present, we are unable to prevent breast cancer, but performing screening mammograms can detect breast cancer at its earliest when there are no symptoms and when it is more likely to be treated successfully. All women should have a primary health care provider who is aware of their medical history, family history, and risk factors. Women 40 to 45 years can choose whether to start screening in consultation with their physician. All women 45 to 54 years should have an annual mammogram. Women older than 55 years can have a yearly mammogram or choose to have one every 2 years. Monthly breast self-exams in conjunction with the mammogram can increase the odds of early detection. Be proactive about your health.
Are you ready for the hottest sports show on the market? It's called The Timeout, Sundays on the ZNet Television Network. In our first show, 4 decades of sports in the country.
I have been coming to this island since I was 12 years old. It didn't take me long to realize the rich history it has here. When I bought this island in 2018, I fulfilled a lifelong dream. The goal is not only to preserve the memories I made over those years, but to make new ones and to give others the opportunity to do the same. As we go through this process, it has become clear to me, we aren't just rebuilding an island, we're reviving a legend.
At the Lyndon Bindling International Airport, I'm Corvell Pyfrom. This is ZNS.
News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, sentencing day for the ex-Defense Force officer who fessed up to cocaine importation conspiracy in a New York court. Plus, a legislative change to give the Bahamas Red Cross Society privileges and immunities. And turning strong tourism numbers into shared prosperity. Here are leading tourism officials' formula to make that happen. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bahamas tonight. A 4-year sentence handed down today for a former high-ranking law enforcement officer charged in an international drug trafficking ring. Corvell Pyfrom is joining us tonight with the National Security Minister's reaction to today's sentencing of former Royal Bahamas Defense Force Chief Petty Officer Darren Roker. Corvell?
Magushla, for a man who at one time faced spending nearly the rest of his life in prison, to hear today that has been cut down to just 4 years is perhaps welcome news to convicted drug trafficker, former RBDF Chief Petty Officer Darren Roker. The former RBDF Chief Petty Officer, now 56 years old, indicted by a U.S. prosecutor, along with several other former high-ranking Bahamian law enforcement officials on drug trafficking-related charges. Roker, who had previously battled cancer and has recently disclosed that he is terminally ill, has pleaded guilty to those charges. His attorneys had asked the court for leniency, meaning a shorter sentence, permitting Roker to spend the remaining years of his life here at home. The decision from the New York judge suggests some mercy. Here at home, National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, appeared measured in his reaction.
And just as what's happening to, I think he is a Chief Roker, in the U.S., if you fall afoul of the law, you will be called to account. And what I would like to stress is what we see in this country is that you're being called to account by the Royal Bahamas Police Force. They investigate, and if they find the matter, they put you before the court.
Several recent law enforcement scandals, including arrests of prison officers, police officers, as well as Defense Force officers, and ongoing disciplinary action has brought the issue of policing those whose job it is to enforce the law back to the fore. Monroe, not swayed at all by this debate, is adamant that no one is above the law.
The public should, when they see the police arresting their own, arresting other law enforcement officers, they should be encouraged that the system is applying to everybody.
Good news, we call it, because Roker, who is 56 and terminally ill, faced up to 20 years in prison, meaning that could have been, quite possibly, a life sentence. As for his co-accused, they are still, Makushla, awaiting their trial.
Well, thanks, Corvell. Back here in the capital, more than 6 months after the incident, the man homicide investigators are convinced robbed, shot, and killed Police Reserve Inspector Lennox Williams on Father's Day last year was today charged with the crime before Senior Magistrate Shaka Seville. It's alleged that on Sunday, June 15th, along with others, robbed Williams of RBC deposit bags containing a total of nearly $40,000, an assortment of cash, checks, and coins. The money, the property of Esso gas station on Montrose Avenue and Roberts Rubis gas station on Joe Farrington Road. In the process, Williams was killed. Now, due to the nature of the charges, Woodside was not allowed to enter a plea. Instead, he was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until April 6th for service of a voluntary bill of indictment. Switching over to politics now, the pool of Progressive Liberal Party candidates vying to represent the hotly contested Southern Shores constituency here in New Providence seemingly widens. In this report, the incumbent lets us in on his political future, among other things. Our LaDon Davis joins us in studio with the details. LaDon?
Good evening to you. As the country awaits the announcement of the next group of ratified Progressive Liberal Party general election candidates on Thursday, the current member of Parliament for Southern Shores, Leroy Major, has given his stamp of approval to one of the individuals who has already interviewed to represent the area. Here's what he told me in Parliament Square earlier this afternoon. And so who are you throwing your support behind?
Well, to be honest with you, I support Clint. All right? Now, the problem is this. If they don't give it to Clint, then they got to face me. That's the bottom line.
The Southern Shores MP was also asked whether or not he will run as an independent. Major maintains whatever happens, he will always support the Southern Shores constituency. Sounds like you're considering.
I say, what's the road? I say, what's the road on? What's the road? I'm not going on the rock. I'm here. And like I said, whoever comes in Southern Shores, they got to come through me. So up to even Christmas, I give out ham, I give out vouchers, and I give out turkeys to my people, all right? So I don't know who could say that, but I've never turned my back on people in Southern Shores. If I turn my back on people in Southern Shores, I turn my back on myself.
By profession, Major was a financial controller of leading companies in retail and hospitality, as well as a pastor at the Pilgrim Baptist Temple. Reporting in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis. Back to you.
Well, meantime, the governing party's oiling up its machinery to put up a fight come poll day. The party's chairman shares the latest on candidate selection and the likelihood of another win. Cleopatra Murphy tells us more.
Is on for the Progressive Liberal Party as it seeks to round out its list of candidates for this year's general election. The party has so far ratified less than half of its team as questions swirl around whether PLP Deputy Chairman Obi Roberts or ZNS General Manager Clint Watson will secure the nod for the Southern Shores seat, now occupied by current Member of Parliament Leroy Major, or if incumbent MP, Minister of National Security the Honourable Wayne Munro, will be ratified. Decision time comes for the party Thursday.
I believe that it's safe to say 14 names are likely to be advanced when the National General Council meets on Thursday evening. And unless there's some pushback, I expect those to get through. And then there'll be a formal announcement of everybody to the country.
In the case of the PLP's sitting Member of Parliament for Freetown Monroe, who is facing competition for the nod from President of the Porters Key Dock Fish, Fruit and Vegetable Vendors Association, Monique Bowe, PLP Chairman the Honourable Fred Mitchell says it is nothing unusual based on principle.
It means that everyone has a right to aspire. There are certain rules that you have to follow in terms of how you conduct yourselves, and that's been something that we've tried to lay down the rules. So even though someone is an incumbent and presumptive, if someone has a right to say, I'd like to try.
With political parties now working on finalizing their candidate roster and political machinery now in full gear, Mitchell says the PLP is cautiously optimistic about its chances of securing another win, acknowledging no party has had a consecutive win since the F&M with former Prime Minister the Right Honourable Hubert Ingram in 1997.
I think we have a good case for a second term. Arguments on why crime fighting has not been as successful as it has been, why our country's housing and economic issues, is because we've been jerking ourselves back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So what we are trying to argue to the Bahamian population is you need the continuity. And the 5-year period, or 4-year period as this now is, 4.5-year period now is a point of check.
Mitchell says the PLP needs to finish what it started, as continuity is what is best for the country. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Now, ahead of Thursday's ratification, the PLP last evening completed a series of interviews before its candidates committee. Lloyd Allen has that angle.
Candidates Committee, all hoping for that ratification that is expected come Thursday. One by one, incumbents and prospective candidates filed into the PLP's Gambia House headquarters, each supported by throngs of supporters, music, slogans, and promises. Now, among the aspirants, several contenders for the Senat's constituency, now held down by F&M Adrian White.
We want to be able to come out and have a real conversation about real representation. That hasn't changed for me and my team. On our fact-finding missions throughout St. Anne's, the people say they want representation. They don't want lip service. They want actual economic stimulus that happens within the constituency. Now,
I realize that everyone deserves a second chance in life.
Yes.
And tonight, our Prime Minister
is a man of second chances.
This is nothing new. I've been doing this. I have been in Nassau Village for 2 general elections. I've been working with other members of parliament, and I feel that this time is my time.
Hopefuls Ormonique Bowe, Robin Lyons, and Tasha Bullitt Hamilton equally optimistic about their interviews, while Marathon MP Lisa Ramming simply wants a chance to continue the work.
I have never stepped forward to a position of leadership. I've always been pulled to it, always been called to it, always followed the beckoning of people who say, we need you. And I'm answering that call.
We've heard from Freetown residents that they're looking for a mother for that community.
I am tired of my children in Freetown having to look in the eyes of a dead man. The last incident in Freetown, a young man had to shield 2 children and he lost his life.
I have presented to the committee a complete plan. And so all of those things that are endear to the people of Bimini, we're looking at improved health care, health evacuations for medical emergencies, upgraded schools, docks, and most importantly, housing.
I would want to continue on with the entrepreneurship program.
Again, come Thursday, the PLP National General Council is expected to confirm another group of ratified candidates. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
A Freetown Member of Parliament and Minister of National Security, the Honourable Wayne Munro, is tonight responding to mixed reactions over his performance since elected.
The problem with picking individual people out and asking them is it depends on who they are. I stand on my record. My record is by you assist the young people. So we have served 6,000 breakfasts every month from January 2022 when the schools, when Uriah McPhee went back in person, to June 2025. We just didn't do it in September 2025 because the government took it over. We have done much work with the students there. We worked to get the Ants Clinic refurbished. Between the two now, you will see the pool for the new community center. The footing is poured now. We've been working with C.I. Gibson, with Coach Kevin Johnson. We're giving them computers for their lab. We've done with air conditioning L.W. Young. We've sent bins out. We've repaired people's homes. We've helped people who were in need of medical procedures.
Coming up, parliamentarians debate the Bahamas Red Cross Amendment Bill. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing no matter what.
Crunch boring lunches and enjoy real food at a real good price with KFC's value deals. For $5.95, you can get a famous bowl and a drink or one-piece chicken box. For max value, grab a value box. That's a piece of our iconic chicken, nuggets, cheesy mashed potato, a biscuit, fries, a dessert biscuit, and soda, all for just $9.95. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
What if the reason you're stuck is because of the cycles you keep repeating? Cycles of fear, cycles of doubt, cycles of waiting for permission to live the life God already called you to. Every generation has a moment when destiny calls your name. On January 30th, 2026, that moment returns. The movement that awakened thousands is back. Bigger, bolder, and more purposeful than ever before. This is Shift 26. Under the theme, Shift into Wealth, No More Cycles. This is not just another conference. It is a divine interruption. It's your permission slip to shift once and for all. A reset for your faith, your focus, and your future. So mark your calendars, gather your tribe, because this time, you're not just coming to be inspired, you're coming to be transformed. Shift 26, January 30th, 2026 at the Bahamas Convention Center. No more waiting, no more cycles. It's time to shift into wealth.
Well, you're looking at a shot there of the South Beach Canal in southern New Providence, and that shot, as always, courtesy of drone pilot Kyson Miller. And as always, good job there, Kyson. Welcome back. The Bahamas matches itself up to international humanitarian law with the help of changes to the Red Cross Act. The proposed amendment grants certain immunities and protections to the organization, thereby enhancing its response in times of disaster or emergencies. Moving the bill, Fox Hill MP, the Honorable Fred Mitchell.
Diplomats in this country have certain privileges and immunities. One of these, they are not subject to lawsuits, to the search of their person and property, the diplomatic premises, their vehicles, their tax exemptions. All of these things apply as diplomatic privileges and immunities. And these are now to be extended, once this comes into force, to the Red Cross in the Bahamas and the Red Cross internationally.
Now, the bill got the opposition's support. However, East Grand Bahama MP Kwesi Thompson urged the government to do more to support similar organizations.
If, as the Prime Minister claims, our economy is robust and households are better off, then why are thousands more families turning to NGOs like the Red Cross for basic subsistence?
It is under this government, Madam Speaker, that the contribution from the government to the Red Cross was increased from $66,000 a year to $500,000 a year. Wow. Wow. It was under this government that other groups, NGOs, headed by males and females, the honorable member should only look into the budget.
Now, while the bill also found favor with Central Grand Bahama MP and Seoul Coalition of Independence member Iram Lewis, he too raised a number of concerns.
We recognize the need for international cooperation, but we urge this government to include safeguards. Please put clear grievance mechanisms in place. Ensure there's a transparent way for Bahamians to settle disputes with the Society of Federation, despite these new immunities that we will grant them today. Mr. Deputy, let us focus on local empowerment. Use these tax savings to mandate increased investments in the Family Island branches, particularly in my hometown of Grand Bahama. And yes, I am Grand Bahama-centric. Let us pass a bill that protects the helpers, but never at the expense of the people that they are meant to help.
Well, with year-on-end record-breaking numbers, it's not whether the lucrative tourism sector will continue to grow, but if the Bahamas is prepared to capture more value from that growth deliberately, strategically, and inclusively. In this next report, a top tourism official maps out how to do just that. Experiences are said to be the fastest growing segment of tourism spend globally, with visitors paying more for authenticity. But if there's the demand and the idea exists, why isn't the Bahamas fully benefiting? It's a loaded question Nassau and Paradise Island Promotion Board CEO Joy Jibrilu sought to answer honestly. And according to the former Tourism Director General, it all comes down to three structural barriers. The first, access to finance.
Small experience-based operators struggle with collateral requirements, and informality locks many out before they even begin. We also know that the ease of doing business in the Bahamas has generally been a challenge, and MSMEs in particular face challenges when it comes to accessing capital to start to grow their businesses. Banks are sadly often not supportive or impose prohibitive requirements.
Access to market, another hurdle. Jibrilu reasons that while tourists book online, too many locals sell offline. And then there's what she termed capability gaps.
gaps in formalization, digital marketing, and packaging experiences for the international market. The problem is not ideas. The problem is the connection to systems. Reframing local tourism requires a mindset shift among many. We need to move away from thinking that local experiential tourism is just a side hustle.
And as for what should be done to turn that picture around?
My view that there are 3 actions that matter. 1, enabling participation. That means rethinking finance, licensing, and regulation so they work for experience-based operators, not just large developments. 2, aggregation. Tourists buy at scale. Locals often produce at a micro scale. Aggregation through shared platforms, cooperatives, or destination systems turns scattered talent into a market-ready product. And 3, scale through real market linkages.
Joy Gibberlew was a keynote speaker at the 35th Annual Bahamas Business Outlook.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Whether you need life insurance, an endowment plan, or health insurance, BAF has you for all stages of your life.
Introducing Valvoline Restore and Protect, a first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean, removing up to 100% of deposits, restoring your engine to perform like new. All new Restore and Protect, another first by Valvoline, distributed by Battery and Tire Specialists.
Wait, what are you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but.
I need the $10 special place. How many would you like? 20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Yeah, it's about that time to give you a preview of what's coming up in Access Now. And for that, as always, we turn to Royston and Marlena.
Good evening, Makushla. Now, on this Wednesday, we're keeping things light. We're going to be talking culture. We're going to be talking music, and by way of our guest, all things in the music industry moving forward.
Yeah, because, you know, we mentioned the music industry last night, right, just as a little one of our stories, but now we're actually getting to hear from them in person.
Yes.
And then I don't know if you have any weekend plans yet, but I guess we're also going to ask them, you know, what's their next event. So maybe if you don't have any plans yet, you're going to find out what they are tonight.
Well, I like that those who plan their weekend plans in the middle of the week.
Oh, yes, that gets me through.
I have no plans as yet.
Yes, I see you're getting a jump start on the Entertainment Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Today.
You get it.
So this seems to be something new in the new year.
Absolutely, yeah. A middle of the week, pre-access to entertainment.
To help get you, you know, it's hump day. You got to have the half entertainment, you know.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, just think about it. Somewhere around the world, we're already into Thursday.
I like it.
I like that attitude.
Are we anywhere into Friday and somewhere place in the world?
Yeah, let's fly there. Let's go
Friday
there
today?
Yeah.
Well, stay with us, the Bahamas tonight. The National Report continues after this.
One day I told my grandpa, show me what being a Bahamian is all about, and I'll show the Bahamas to the world. Together, we show the world what it means to be Bahamian. And we celebrate with an ice-cold Quebec. More than a bear, it's the spirit of the Bahamas. Click. It's in our hands.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Deputy Director General of the Ministry of Tourism, Dr. Kenneth Romer, founder of the CHH Hip Hop Cruise, Vaughn Washington, and Christian hip hop artist MC Nice, highlighted the many opportunities presented by the gospel concert in Pompey Square.
So when we received the notice that Carnival Glory was bringing passengers and they were hoping to host the gospel hip hop concert in Pompey Square, it was a non-negotiable for us to support it. Several hundred persons have now assembled in Pompey Square. The organizers have already placed this event on their books for 2027 and 2028. So in addition to us really speaking about religious and cultural tourism, we are actually bringing persons again to view our product. We are hopeful that the cruise passengers will be converted now into stopover passengers.
God gave me a vision to be able to bring independent artists that don't have a home and don't have a placement to go out with some of the bigger artists, like Fred Hammond, Yolanda Adams, Kurt Franklin, and all them, to be able to give them a place to be able to worship and use their gifts to get exposure as well. On this tour and on this actual event that we're having here, I have Grammy Award, Stellar Award, Billboard, Double Award artists, headliners on here, but I have over 35 artists that will be performing today here in the Bahamas.
This is giving people the experience. Like, okay, hey, we're bringing this just experience we've already orchestrating, and we're gonna link up with the tourism here and to see if we can travel to 27 other islands and do performances. You know what I mean? So this is the catalyst for that, where we come back. Not only do we travel we'll do 18 shows, but then we'll do 9 humanitarian efforts. So this is the catalyst for that.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Fashion was something that I've always loved. I always, as a child, loved to see women just impeccably dressed. But my thing was drawing the looks and mixing colors, and fashion was in my blood. My name is Dr. Jillian Curry Williams, and I'm the designer for Remilda Rose Designs. What sets me apart, that I pay attention to detail. Like, I have an eye for detail. I pay attention to the construction of my garment. I want to make sure that when my garment is completed, that you can wear that on the wrong side or the right side because it's impeccably made. I put my personality into my passion. Well, the fabric of hope was inspired by my father. My father had cancer, and I would go with him to treatments and seeing everybody just look despondent and dreary. And one day this lady dropped her mom off, and her mother fell when she got inside, and I was like, wow, like God, like I'm only a fashion designer. Like, what can I do to assist these people? I know God had me to create it to inspire persons with cancer or any illness that there's hope, that there is light at the end of that tunnel. The encouraging word I would give to women, it's been in my heart for a couple of days, to speak to the older women who may feel that I'm 40, what can I do? I'm 50, what can I do? And that's when the fire in us kicks in. We've had the work experience, we pass all those tests. So take that idea that God has given you and put it to use. This is where it all begins.
To learn more about the Women Entrepreneurs Initiative, visit our website or contact us at 461-7232. And remember, empowered women empower women.
Ridgeland Primary celebrates academic success. More than 60 Falcons soaring high.
Plus, the Ministry of National Security gearing up for Community Awareness Week. Those details straight ahead.
Also, Kalina's Hidden Heroes calendar highlighting the disabled community. Stay close for that.
And in sports, a young golfer makes history.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, I'm Royston Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
After pulling in more than 49 million views on Netflix in just 2 weeks, His and Hers is officially the #1 show on that platform, even in the Bahamas. I gotta ask you, Marlena, have you watched this yet?
I haven't. I've been hearing a lot about it, but I haven't. I've been watching A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It's one of those Game of Thrones prequels.
Absolutely.
It's been holding my attention. I think it's off to a good start.
I haven't watched either yet. I do plan to watch both, but I have to ask, in the Game of Thrones universe, especially the original, who's your favorite character?
I feel like this one is a hot take, but mine is the Hound.
Oh,
that like huge night. Yeah, it's an
great choice. For me, it's a toss-up between Tyrion Lannister and the Hound.
It's
and without Urka giving me a call, if you know that line, I'll eat all the chickens.
Yes,
that's my favorite line. And with that said, let's dive right into the news. Faculty at Ridgeland Primary spent the last year focused on improving the percentage of children achieving academic success. And though they were 1% short of their goal, it seems these Falcons are still soaring high. Daniel Dean has the story.
From the outside looking in, this percentage jump might not seem like much, but the staff at Ridgeland Primary School know the sweat and stamina it required to make these academic strides. Principal Antonia Bain.
Last year, we would have achieved 53%. So 53% of our students had a 2-point and above GPA, and this year we're proud to say that we've increased that to 57%. Our goal is 58. We have about 226 students here at Ridgeland Primary School.
Bain says this time around 66 students, including special ed, received accolades for their performance during the Christmas term of 2025. This figure including those that got a 2-point GPA and above.
We have 33 students on the honor roll, meaning they would have achieved a GPA of 3 points to 3.49.
The 4% improvement didn't just happen on its own. Bain detailed the intentional steps taken by faculty.
In the morning, the teachers would do, sight word drills, reading drills. In the math period, we also have drills happening as well. During the different months, we also celebrate different activities, drills, to help students learn more and remember the content that's being taught.
Ridgeland Primary, Bain added, is committed to doing its part in producing evolving, upstanding and educated citizens. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Thanks, Danielle. The Ministry of National Security's Community Center Awareness Week kicks off this Sunday, and we'll see a number of activities taking place at the Edmund Moxie, Fox Hill, Nassau Village, and Quaco Street community centers, giving the public a closer look at the facilities and making sure they know all are fully operational and open for use. Acting Permanent Secretary Gaynell Roll shared why this is so important.
A lot of people really do not know that they exist or understand why they are there, or some of the activities that happens within our community center. And we believe it's one of our ways of bringing service and bringing the government to the people.
The week of events, along with a QR code to register, have been posted on the ministry's social media pages.
On January 31st, we're going to have the Fun Run Walk for the Ministry of National Security, bringing bringing the week together. It's going to start at Iron Bailey Park, promptly at 6:30, and it ends at Edmund Moxie Community Center. It's going to start on time, and we're going to make sure we have transportation for those who need it.
Every agency that is under the remit of the Ministry of National Security will be on display. So if you dreamt about being a Defense Force officer, come and be interviewed, come and fill out an application. If you dreamt of being a police officer, if you wanted to join the prison, if you wanted to be a part of national intelligence agencies, all of those agencies will be out there to assist you.
Has been made. Will you answer? Meanwhile, Bahamians living with disabilities making this year's Kalina Hidden Heroes calendar. The calendar was released to the public during a launch ceremony at Kalina's J. Whitney building on Collins Avenue. Disability inclusion consultant Aaron Brown and Kalina's Director of Communications Maxine Seymour both praised the Hidden Heroes for their extensive careers in various sectors in our communities.
This year's calendar, Kalina's 2026 calendar, Hidden Heroes, centers on individuals who move through life facing circumstances that many label as setbacks, because that's how people see it, but which, you know, many persons with disabilities use as motivation to keep moving forward.
Celebrating our Hidden Heroes calendar is a national showcase of strength, pride, and representation, honoring individuals whose story define or redefine the status quo and inspire change. By participating, and you boldly participated, no one said no. They said when and where. By participating, you helped us to illuminate the diverse contributions of persons with disabilities across our islands.
Hidden Heroes Colette Grant and Kirkland Culmer say they're both honored to receive such a special recognition.
This is my first time coming to Kalina because I was in a picture, taking pictures of all my medals, and I travel all over the world and I swim and I do bocce. And
it feels so amazing, you know. People don't normally cater and recognize people with disability. You know, I had this from 64, and I feel good and related that they chose me as one of them.
Still to come, we learn more about the local music industry, and we got some key figures to talk about it. And of course, Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean is here with your Access weather forecast. So stay close.
What if the reason you're stuck is because of the cycles you keep repeating? Cycles of fear, cycles of doubt, cycles of waiting for permission to live the life God already called you to. Every generation has a moment when destiny calls your name. On January 30th, 2026, that moment returns. The movement that awakened thousands is back. Bigger, bolder, and more purposeful than ever before. This is Shift 26. Under the theme, Shift into Wealth, No More Cycles. This is not just another conference. It is a divine interruption. It's your permission slip to shift once and for all. A reset for your faith, your focus, and your future. So mark your calendars, gather your tribe, because this time, you're not just coming to be inspired, you're coming to be transformed. Shift 26, January 30th, 2026 at the Bahamas Convention Center. No more waiting, no more cycles. It's time to shift into wealth.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, at Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
We're BAF Financial.
We're BAF General and Health Insurance.
Welcome to the beautiful Cayman Islands.
Come
Come on in to Cash and Go. Need technical support? We are BFG Services.
BAF Global. Global reach, local care.
It's time now for your Access weather forecast. That old frontal trough continues to back up over the northwest Bahamas, maintaining the heavy cloud cover throughout the northwestern parts of our country. And that will eventually merge with an approaching frontal system late on Sunday night before it starts to push back towards the south and east. And by Monday night, just around 10 o'clock, that should be pushing through the capital, which will bring with it some showers and even some isolated thunderstorms along the frontal boundary. But behind that, yet another cool down for the early part of next week. Now, your boating forecast tonight in the northwestern islands, easterly winds at 15 to 20 knots. The wave fights 4 to 7 feet, so caution flags remain in place for your boaters. High tide, that will take place at 9:38 tonight, and then for the central and southeastern parts of our country, we'll have easterly winds, very strong winds, 15 to 25 knots. Wave fights rough again at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean, so we have an advisory in place for boaters in the central and southeastern islands tomorrow. And then tomorrow, which is Thursday, in the northwestern islands, we will see a significant reduction in those winds. It becomes southeast at 10 to 15 knots. The wave fights reducing 2 to 4 feet, so we'll drop those caution flags tomorrow for the northwest Bahamas. Now, the high tide, that will take place at 9:54 in the morning, with the low tide at 4:18 in the afternoon. For the central islands, southeasterly winds 12 to 18 knots, wave fights 3 to 6 feet, with the caution flags in place. And for the southeast Bahamas, winds easterly at 15 to 20 knots, wave heights still very choppy at 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. And as we roll you into Friday, beautiful boating conditions return with light and variable winds, flat seas, high tide 10:36 in the morning, with the low tide at 4:58 in the afternoon. And for the central islands, on Friday, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, wave fights 2 to 4 feet. And for the southeast Bahamas, that caution flags remain. Easterly winds at 15 to 20 knots, and the wave fights 4 to 7 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Down in Devil's Point, they had a Nobel woman, it was all their joint. Women would come from all around to drop some of their only mind. It was another man done gone. This woman name was Diva Devo, and people give her business wherever she goes. You'd be surprised.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. Bud, join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Royston and Melina.
As always, thanks so much, Basil. Tonight, we're going to learn more about the local music industry. Here to talk about it is Shad Colley of Sky High Productions, along with Ian McQuay and Darren Francis.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Thank you for having us. Guys, good night.
Now, I think we would all love to just get started by introducing yourselves to the audience and telling us a little bit about what each of you do in the music industry.
Okay, my name is Rashad Colley. I am the leader of the band Shad Colley and the VIPs. I'm also the producer at Sky High Productions / engineer, and Sky High Productions also has backline and front house, so we rent equipment as well. So we have all your backline and front house.
So you're doing everything. You're doing everything from the beginning to end of it. Amazing. Yeah.
So my name is Ian McQuay. I am a singer, songwriter, vocal arranger, writer. Is that writer? Yes. That's what I do. I'm an entertainer too. I got several songs on the radio. So.
Amazing.
Including government job.
And Darren?
Yes. My name is Darren Francis. I'd say I play, I produce. I also play at Shad Colley and the VIPs. I produce at Sky High. I also produce at my own. I have my own as D-France Productions. Okay? And also I teach.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Absolutely amazing.
We love the kids. We love the kids.
Gotta love the kids.
Next generation.
I feel like each of you have such a unique perspective on the music industry. So I want to ask you, how do you feel the music industry has changed over the years? We've seen many iterations, but how has it changed? If at all, yes.
I mean, especially from the time I started to now, you had, good change, and, but we trying to, at Sky High, we trying to change and, make it more international, pleasing to the international consumer.
Having that production level just a little more level.
We've been taking Rake and Scrape to the world, for example, and I think we'll have an interest in doing so as well.
Yeah, so for us,
what Reagan Script is so important for us that we want to make sure that when people hear it, they don't take it for a joke. And I think that is our mission, to take it so it can be taken seriously. You know, I think even the themes that people sing about ship and sun and sun, those things are nice. I love a ship and a sun and a sun.
And you know what? I think they have their own value, because if you listen to country music, it's always about their dog and beer and the girl who left. And people still love country music.
And I can tell you, and those things have their place, but we also want to make sure that people don't take us for a joke. But we could rumble with the best of them in the music industry internationally.
I feel there are a lot of songs in that genre that have deep meaning and deep messages behind them, even if you don't culturally get it the first time around. If you get yourself involved in any Caribbean culture, Bahamian culture, you will get the meaning.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of songs like that too.
It's about more than a thunderstorm.
Absolutely.
Now, I noticed a lot of you do a lot of different moving parts. You're playing a bunch of the members of the same band, let's say. Do you think it's also important to try to get young people into the music industry as a serious career path?
I'd say definitely important to get them into it. I'd say you need to get them young, especially get them as soon as possible. As soon as they can start moving their fingers, put them on a piano, put them on a piano, put them on the drum. There's no time, you know. There's no real age. You could
no time like the present.
From 4.
developing that ear. And then, of course, I'm sure the production skills as well, because it sounds like you end up having to be your own producer because it's hard to find that person over here. Now, where can we see... Sorry, you go ahead.
You can go ahead.
You go.
All right, so basically, I mean, if we could bring in, younger people and teach them production, because basically, if you could understand what sounds good and what feels good from a younger age, moving forward, as you get older, you would, understand the art better.
Right.
So basically, if like the teacher said himself, basically,
the teacher of the group.
Once you get them young,
they can start developing that ear.
And the other day, I got a chance to be a judge at Battle of the Bands, what they had downtown. That was a really good experience to see what they doing with the culture. It was really
young
good.
People in particular.
Yeah, exactly.
What would your advice be to young people who want to get in the music industry and make a career of it in terms of being sustainable and making a living? Because it is some tough areas to be in a very competitive market, right?
Absolutely. I think I learned from Shad Colley, who is a full-time entertainer. That is what he does. He works in the music industry. And be versatile. Don't, make your mind so narrow that you say, I only function as one lane. Before this moment, working with Shad, I was on big stages or trying to get on them and writing. I have music on the radio. And I found that, I wasn't always getting called for the shows, and now I am working every day because I'm songwriting, I'm vocal arranging. So there's always a space for you in the industry. So if you don't find your way being on the big stage, start getting equipment.
They have to call you. Somebody has to call you.
And don't give up. And I remember
I like that.
I met this guy. We did a job in Luther Harbor Island, and they have to put us up, so forth. So me and him end up sharing rooms, and he was like, "So who you is?" So I was like, "Hey, Shad Colley." He say, "Oh, you was Shad Colley. I remember when your band sound like trash."
Well, you know what? I'd be like, thank you. The fact that you hear different.
Right, but at the end of the day, in this field, you have to be able to take criticism.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, otherwise you'll never grow.
Exactly.
Not easy.
Everybody's hard.
Now, speaking of the future, what is the next event for each of you? What's up next before we go?
Okay, well, we have a few upcoming events. I know we have Oasis on the 29th. And we are preparing for the Exuma Heritage Festival.
All right, sounds like fun.
At the studio, we're looking out for new releases. So we just released Nishi Ellis's new single, BRC.
Okay.
And which we all worked on with Sky Productions, produced. And upcoming also, Cupid is about to release an album. We haven't had a Bahamian artist release a whole album in a long time, and we're really excited. It's something I think the Bahamian public has never heard, and both visuals for those things. So those are what we're really excited about.
Exciting.
And Darren?
Oh, they pretty much hit it. The most I can speak about probably would be, well, I have an upcoming thing on the 30th. It's going to be at the school. We're having Shad Colley and the VIPs come to play with the kids.
Yes, we love the kids. Come back.
We love the kids.
You want to perform on the show.
At Aquinas. All right, perfect. Well, we'll have to have you back soon.
That's one of my old alma maters, you know.
Gotta represent. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We hope to see you all back again soon. But now it's time to turn things over to Total Sports to see what's on tap.
A promising junior golfer makes history. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Turn that New Year's resolution into reality when you shop and save at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Seabass tuna, 5 ounces, 75 cents. Libby's Vienna sausage, 4.6 ounces, $1.19. Yellow onions, 3-pound bag, $2.99. Pork chop ends, $2.79 per pound. Baby back spare ribs, $3.39 per pound. If you're planning to save when you shop, you need to shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Welcome to your Wednesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. It was an historic feat for Bahamian junior golfer Aidan Garospi this week as he made up the field at the 2026 Corn Ferry Tour Great Abaco Classic. Garospi, one of the country's most promising junior golfers at just 16 years old, made history as he became the youngest Bahamian to ever obtain the local exemption for the Corn Ferry Tour event and the second youngest in the history of the tour. As for his performance over the 2 days, he would miss the cut, finishing 19 over, but him qualifying is an amazing feat nonetheless. Garospi, an 11th grader at the U.S. Performance Academy, has made a name for himself in the local and regional scene. In basketball news, a big night from our Bahamian stars over in the association. Buddy Hield in just 19 minutes, posting 25 points, going 6 of 6 from behind the arc, but it would not be enough as the Golden State Warriors, in their first game without Jimmy Butler, falling on the road to the Toronto Raptors, 147 to 125. Buddy had been out of the rotation for a while, but with Butler out for the season, Buddy Bucket saw a significant minutes bump and used the opportunity to shoot the Dubs back into the game before their rally would ultimately fall short. Next up for them, a showdown with Klay Thompson and the Mavericks on Thursday. Another big performance from Bahamian rookie phenom VJ Edgecombe in the Philadelphia 76ers 116-110 loss to the Phoenix Suns. Edgecombe with a team-high 25 points. He'd also grab 7 boards and finish with 2 swipes as well. Edgecombe stepped into a larger role offensively due to the absences of Joel Embiid and Paul George. Edgecombe's efforts helped the Sixers keep pace on the second night of a back-to-back. Was his 11th 20-plus point performance on the season, his most points in a game since January 3rd against the Knicks. Collegiate hoops, Rima Collins continuing a stellar junior campaign, evidenced by her second Conference USA Player of the Week honor for the season. The announcement was made on Monday. Collins is greatly benefiting from a change of scenery since transferring from Ole Miss. The 6'2" forward erupted for a 9th double-double of the season, which leads the CUSA in the Panthers' 67-59 victory over the UTEP Miners. She would post 22 points and a career-high 16 rebounds. In track news, more from our sit-down with Bahamian hurl sensation Anton Andrews, who stormed to a world lead on Saturday in a share of the Bahamian national record in the 60-meter hurdles. He says despite defeat, he's taking it all in stride, will not let the early season success go to his head. He has more things to accomplish in 2026.
Just a lot of ups and downs, I would say. Like okay, one moment you're at the top, everyone praising you, and then one moment you're at the low, at your lowest. And I feel like sometimes, like how I came to school, I feel like when I was at my lowest, there was not much people who was like on my side, kind of like, oh, where's Antoine? And where's Antoine? And no one would probably reach out to me, but I had to find ways to like uplift myself and then find my circle in terms of friends and teammates and then past coaches, like. And I think like I say, like it's a dog eat world. Like every dog got to stay. Like you say, out the world eat right now. Who knows in the next couple of weeks, like that could be gone. And so, like I said, just trying to soak in all of the this moment right now, and just like I say, I'm not even trying to like follow the theme right now. Okay, obviously cool. I ran Sound for on Friday. Okay, now let's see what's next. I still have competition next week. I still have competition the week after that. I'm just trying to prepare myself for March and June. That's when it matters the most. So once I can compete at my best in March and June, shoot, that's what I'm waiting for.
And finally, 50 years ago, at the age of 24, Elijah Obed made history by becoming the first Bahamian to win a world boxing title. But in 1975, he captured the WBC light middleweight title by defeating Miguel Oliveira. Today, January 21st, would have been his birthday, with Obed passing away in 2018. Friends and associates led by Wellington Miller are still hoping for some recognition for the Bahamas' only world champion.
We lost 5 generations. You know, 50 years ago, he won the championship. So we lost 5 generations of Bahamian who don't know, who don't share the joy of having a world champion. You know about it, you feel good about it when you go travel around the world and people remind you, or people call his name. You know that it's still out there and his accomplishment is great. But back home, they look at it as nothing. That's our own people now. And the government, I'm talking about 3 sets of government, haven't done anything for the young people of this country to honor and feel proud about Obed's accomplishment.
And that's a look at your sports on this Wednesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Every day in this new year is a chance to save at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. First choice sugar, 4 pounds, $2.59. Kellogg's giant size cereals, assorted 23 to 28 ounces, $6.39. Riceland parboiled rice, 5 pounds, $3.89. Romaine hearts, 3-pack, $4.99. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, $1.15 per pound. If you're planning to save when you shop, you need to shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Fashion was something that I've always loved. I always, as a child, loved to see women just impeccably dressed. But my thing was drawing the looks and mixing colors, and fashion was in my blood. My name is Dr. Jillian Curry Williams, and I'm the designer for Remilda Rose Designs. What sets me apart, that I pay attention to detail. Like, I have an eye for detail. I pay attention to the construction of my garment. I want to make sure that when my garment is completed, that you can wear that on the wrong side or the right side because it's impeccably made. I put my personality into my passion. Well, the fabric of hope was inspired by my father. My father had cancer, and I would go with him to treatments and seeing everybody just look despondent and dreary. And one day this lady dropped her mom off and her mother fell once she got inside, and I was like, wow, like God, like I'm only a fashion designer. Like, what can I do to assist these people? I know God had me to create it to inspire persons with cancer or any illness that there's hope, that there is light at the end of that tunnel. The encouraging word I would give to women, it's been in my heart for a couple of days, to speak to the older women who may feel that I'm 40, what can I do? I'm 50, what can I do? And that's when the fire in us kicks in. We've had the work experience, we pass all those tests. So take that idea that God has given you and put it to use. This is where it all begins.
To learn more about the Women Entrepreneurs Initiative, visit our website or contact us at 461-7232. And remember, empowered women empower women.
You're looking at a shot high over Collins Avenue moving west. Leno Corporate Services on the right with the Public Hospitals Authority to the left. That shot courtesy of drone pilot Kyson Miller. And it's time now to take a trip to the Family Islands. Let's go.
Marine science science students from the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute spent a week at Ocean Key in the Bimini chain. For Christinique Fernander, Jenner Johnson, Randon Cox, and Dante Smith, it was more than a field trip, but rather an opportunity where classroom learning translated into real-world application. Hosted by the MSC Foundation at its Marine Conservation Center, the experience allowed for hands-on exposure to coral science both above and below the water. Through reef observation, coral restoration techniques, water quality assessment, and species identification, the students experienced living reef systems up close while gaining a deeper understanding of how human activity and conservation choices shape ocean health. For the students, the experience marked several defining moments, from first encounters with reef sharks to recognizing visible signs of coral stress, to understanding how marine-related careers are strengthened when conservation and sustainability are embedded at the core. The group also engaged with international guests on the island, sharing what they were learning and discovering how education and awareness can inspire everyday action to protect coral reefs.
What an opportunity there. Well, it's time now for Let's Talk Socials with Matea Stewart.
All right, let's talk socials. If you've been on TikTok lately, chances are you've heard it. Dr. Pepper Baby, it's good and nice. A simple catchy jingle by creator Romeo. No heavy production, no strategy session, just a moment that felt fun and authentic. And somehow it took over the internet. Take a look at this.
I have a theme song for Dr. Pepper and it goes like this. Dr. Pepper Baby is good and nice. Doo-doo-doo. Dr. Pepper Baby is good and nice. Doo-doo-doo. Dr. Pepper Baby is good and nice. Dr. Pepper Baby is good and nice. Doo-doo-doo.
This is the original TikTok that started it all. A casual post, a few lyrics, and 1 million views later, the sound is everywhere. Remixes, duets, reactions. The algorithm did what it does best when content feels real. And then came the plot twist. Dr. Pepper didn't just laugh along in the comments, they leaned in. The brand licensed the jingle and turned it into an official commercial that aired during the college football playoff national championship. What makes this moment so important is what it says about creators and marketing today. Creators are assisting brands in powerful, often unintentional ways. Without a contract, a brief, or even an ad in mind, Romeo created something that felt genuine, and authenticity became an asset in marketing. So the next time you post something just for fun, remember, the next big campaign might not come from a boardroom. It might come from a creator, a phone, and a moment that feels honest. That's what's hot in social media, and this has been Let's Talk Socials.
That was interesting, right?
I love that update because I saw the original video where she was singing it, but I didn't realize that they'd actually made it into a commercial. Oh, that's super sweet.
It's very cool, and turning Dr. Pepper into Dr. Schmoney. I like it so much.
Yeah.
That does it for Access Now. Thank you, as always, for spending your evening with us.
And be sure to tune back in for the Bahamas tonight at 11 p.m. with Corbell Pyfrom. Good night, everybody.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
You and Your Money was brought to you by Sand Dollar, the Parliamentary Registration Department, and Phone Call.